everybody. When I get the same question over and over again, it's a clear sign that I need to cover it in a YouTube video or on a podcast episode. And I've had a number of people reach out to me lately and ask how I was able to land more than 30 interviews in less than 3 months on other people's podcasts as a guest expert. And because I did this so successfully, and I did it pretty much on my own with pretty much no investment of time, it's something that could be really valuable for you if you're looking as an additional way to market your business and really establish yourself as a credible professional and guest expert in your industry. Once you start landing podcast interviews, it's much easier to roll those into future interviews. So what I'm telling you are a couple of key tips that I have about how to do this. And I have a paid course all about how to land multiple interviews as a guest expert and really nail those interviews and network with the host of the show to make the most of it. And you can get access to that by clicking the link down below. So first of all, you need to seek out podcasts that already have your ideal audience. I'm talking about people who are talking to the same individuals you're talking to. So if you're an online marketer, that doesn't just mean going to online marketing podcasts. For example, if you're, like me, a blog writer for a particular industry, you might seek out podcasts about that industry. Let's say you write about HVAC services and plumbing and pool cleaning and those types of things. Look for podcasts that those individuals, those business owners of those companies are already listening to, and then position yourself as a guest expert to go on the show talking about marketing for those businesses. When you're pitching yourself as a guest expert, there's so many different podcasts you can go on, but you have to think about the different spin for each one of those, and that will really help you stand out. The second thing to do is not to send a generic pitch to the podcast host. Bear in mind that podcast hosts are getting a ton of pitches all the time, and that one of the easiest things to do is to copy and paste a template, but that doesn't show any personalization. Take a listen to the actual podcast itself. Form a personal connection with the person. It's going to be a lot easier if you can talk about something you love about their show, and if you can verify that a guest like you hasn't been on the show already. That shows extra care and consideration and won't take a whole lot of your time. The third thing to do if you want to land guest expert positions on podcasts is to have a clear pitching schedule. I challenge myself to pitch at least 3 podcasts every day in the months leading up to this sort of busy period of appearing as a guest expert on a whole bunch of shows. Now I've incorporated it into my business on a regular basis by checking a couple of times a week and pitching myself to numerous opportunities. Having a system will make things easier for you. In my paid course all about how to land guest expert interviews and become featured on really popular podcasts and network with amazing hosts, you can learn all of the steps that you need to take in order to capitalize on these opportunities. And the links to learn more about that are below this video.